Oh yeah, we are live. Good morning, Thursday. Market opening in 19 minutes. And I still need a haircut. Hair's long. That's all right. That's all right. All right, we got a little bit of news coming out here. 47 minutes, 9 a.m. Texas time news. We got some existing home sales coming out. So, market took a big old dump yesterday afternoon. Big old dump. Over 900 points. Fell from 2051 to the 21,400s. It's pretty crazy. We had some news come out yesterday about interest rates. The greatest fall in Nasdaq since I'm trading. Dude, crazy, right? Look at that. It went through every single pivot point. It went through S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, and then continued for another 400 points below that. Pretty crazy. I think I saw that yesterday, like a couple hours after it happened, like 1 or 2 hours after. And I was like, geez, what the heck happened? Yesterday we had interest rate news come out at 1 o'clock Texas time. Right here. Interest rates dropped a little bit. Good morning, Sharif. Hope you're doing well today. So yeah, just sitting back, being patient. Market opening in 15 minutes. See what happens at open. We're going to stick to our plan and our strategy and all of our rules. Nothing changes. We still got to follow all of our rules. Yeah, I don't recall ever seeing a drop like that since I've been trading Nasdaq. Pretty cool stuff. Eating my breakfast. I got some eggs. I made 4 eggs. I eat the same thing for breakfast, like pretty much every day. It's all about your habits. Good. I went to work. Had a good day. Went to bed early last night. I think I went to sleep around 9:30. Yep. Gotta be like a robot. Just do the same thing. So this is a guy named Kenny G. The song, this is called Summertime. I'm listening on Amazon Music. So just some classic jazz music. It's pretty good. It's good for the soul. Get you in just a relaxed kind of good mood. Oh, shoot. Missed my mouth. Drinking some water. Some black tea. Might add a little bit of honey to it. And sometimes adding a little bit of lemon to your water is good. Lemon water. You know? This one's George Benson. George Benson. My dad sent me a bunch of this book recently, and I was like, all right, check it out. Trading the Nasdaq. Good old Nasdaq. So right now we're on step 1 at our desk at 8 a.m. I know I go live at 8:15, but I'm already sitting here for like about 15 minutes. And then we're going to mark the 15-minute opening range, the top and the bottom. Today is a good, important day to maybe do that too, because who knows what the heck is going to happen when the market opens. Like, it just did this, you know. So the cool thing about my strategy is all we got to do is sit back and watch. We don't have to do anything. It takes the stress out of it, and it's just a more peaceful process, because you don't want to be stressed out when you're trading. Like, if you're going to do this for a full-time job and be doing this for like years, you want to have a strategy where you can remain calm throughout your trading session. I think you'll perform better that way. At least I'll perform that way. Yeah, just watch. Let it tell you what it's doing. Let it tell on itself, kind of. It's like almost like when somebody talks a lot and you just let them talk. And then if you just listen long enough, they'll tell you like a lot, and they'll reveal a lot about themselves, or, you know, stuff. So you just got to let the market show you. And then you look for your setups. You're like, all right, if it does this, then there's a good chance it's going to do this. And then that's when you place your trade. It's not about predicting what the market's going to do. It's about reacting to it. So we're just going to sit back for 15 minutes. Set our timer. I set a little timer on my computer. The market goes off. I click start. And then we got the 15-minute chart pulled up here. This kind of helps us from trading, like, you know, maybe stay off the 2-minute. Let me log in here real quick. I don't know why it does that. It logs me out of trading view. And then I have to re-put my password in. Obviously, I don't want y'all to see my password. Seeing my password. All right. So then it's going to say I can't have. There we go. Did that work? 8:21. We got the 2 minute. I think that worked. I think we're good. So we got the 5 minute 8:20. Yeah. 15 minute is at 8:15. And then we got the hourly chart here. Look at those 2 hourly candles. Crazy. My dog's name is Remy. I got a black lab. His name's Remy. He's 1.5 years old. He's a baby. He's just a baby. Look at those. That's the daily chart. Looks crazy with the pivot points on there. And then we got the ES way down here. There's the 2 minute on the ES. But Remy, R-E-M-I. Remy. It's short for Remington. I got one cat too. He has an Arabic name. His name is Osman, or proper way to pronounce it is probably Osman, which is Middle Eastern. I think Osman was the founder of the Ottoman Empire. He was the founder of the Ottoman Empire, which was initially a small Turco-Man principality during time. A vast empire in the South Shores after his death existed until 1922. Well, yeah. If I could fly like birds on high, then speak to her. All right, market opening in 5 minutes. Yeah, he's more of like an outdoor cat. He's outside right now somewhere. He comes inside once in a while, but he mainly likes to be outside. I'll move the camera a little bit like that. Does that do anything? Not really. Eventually I'll get a better camera, a better microphone. And I think the reason why my audio doesn't sound that good is because the Starlink I use, it has good download speed, but the upload speed is kind of slow. So when I'm talking, I think live on YouTube, it sounds like weird. But if I were to just record this whole video and then upload it later, it would sound better. But I like going live. So I think it's just a Starlink thing. I don't think it's my microphone. The download speed's fast. So Starlink works great. It's awesome. So you can have internet like wherever you are. Like I was watching somebody that was day trading Nasdaq. Futures, he was trading it on a boat in Costa Rica. He was on the back of a fishing boat fishing with while he was trading on his laptop with Starlink. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I gotta, maybe my goal is to get a house in a couple months. My motive was just to record my trading, like journaling. It wasn't to necessarily get a bunch of followers and make money on YouTube. It was to be transparent, put everything out here. Maybe eventually I would have a bunch of followers and people could learn from me and I could help people. But really it was just, I didn't want to record with my phone, like with a camera on my phone, because it would take up too much memory on my phone. Because Apex was starting to require that people recorded themselves with their keyboard and their mouse to get a payout, because there's a lot of people that were like trading with other people's accounts. So I was like, okay, I started recording myself, and then I was like, I might as well just stream on YouTube if I have to be on camera. So I just opened up I had this YouTube channel for years, but I just never uploaded anything. I just used it to watch YouTube. So the purpose is just so I have a place where all my trading days are stored on, basically digitally. And yeah, that was the motive. It's not really to make money from YouTube. I'm thinking eventually, maybe if once I start getting a lot of payouts consistently, I'm going to put a course together, like, and I'm not going to charge a lot for it, like $200. And I can sell a course that explains how I do what I do, instead of charging, you know, $1,000 or $5,000 or mentoring people one-on-one and charging them. And like, I'm just going to put like a really simple course together. So I still have not taken a payout. That's the honest answer. I have not received a payout yet, because I'll trade really well with a high win rate, do really well, and then in the past I've just gone on tilt one day and kind of screwed it up. So that happened last Wednesday. Like, basically I'll hold, so far the trend has been that I've held these accounts for like 1 month. I'll trade on them for 1 month, like every day, and then it'll take a whole month to blow it up. But not anymore. That ends now. We're not going to do that anymore, because now I actually wrote down like all my steps. I'm going to remain disciplined. I'm going to sleep earlier. I'm waking up earlier. Like, that all changed recently. I only started doing that a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I've learned a lot too. And anytime that I've like blown up is because I started following somebody else or just made a really silly mistake. And then, so I know what I'm doing. I know how to trade. I think I'm a good trader. I'm new. I've only been trading Nasdaq since August, and I've blown up 4 accounts. 4. So that's not too bad. All right, market's open. There we go. I'm gonna start our timer here. But yeah, so I've been going through an account like once a month. Yeah. Well, hey, that's the whole point. Hopefully we can learn from each other. I think you can only read so many books and read so much stuff before you just have to start doing it and try to stick to one strategy. And then the discipline's because there's a whole bunch of different strategies that work, but it's the discipline part. And you really can't, I don't know if you can read a book about discipline. You just have to start making the choices and taking action to be disciplined, and maybe fail a bunch of times before you get tired of not being disciplined. Before you eventually get tired of yourself, you're like, all right, this has got to change and stop. So the place you want to reach requires new habits. So you got to change your habits and your mindset. That's it. All it is. Everything comes down to your habits, especially trading. It's like habits. Oh, the book, it's called We're All Doing Time. It's right here. We're all doing time. So there it is. Market's open. We're going to sit back, relax, wait for the first 15 minutes, see what happens, mark the high, mark the low, do our thing. We're on step 2 right now. We really only have like 4 steps in our process, and then we got a couple like hints and rules that are just general rules. So those general rules are: don't short above the VWAP or a pivot point, like right above it. Don't long right below VWAP or a pivot point. I only use a couple indicators: VWAP, the 21 EMA, and pivot points. We're targeting 10 points minimum on our first contract, trading 2 mini contracts on a $50,000 funded account right now. And try to enter our trades as close to the 21 EMA as possible. So right now we're just waiting for the first 15 minutes. Then we're going to look to observe bull or bear flags. Bull flags above the 15-minute range. If the market's bullish, we're looking to go long. And then if the market starts putting in lower highs and lower lows and it's bearish below the 21 EMA and below VWAP, below the 15-minute range, we're looking for shorts. It's that simple. So that's step 3 and 4 though. So we're on just step 1 right now. So we got the 15-minute chart pulled up here. So right now, market at 21,660. We got VWAP down there at 21,620 on the 15-minute, and VWAP at 21,574. Pulling up the 2-minute chart, we got the 21 EMA at 656, market at the 660s right now, VWAP at 575. So just going to sit back, see what it wants to do. That's pretty much it. That's it. And it's like, all right, wait, how are you not making a ton of money then? That seems simple. That's easy. Yeah, but now you have to actually do that, though. You have to follow those rules, all of them, every time, consistently. That's it. That's it. So, pretty simple. One of the rules is you gotta wear sunglasses. Sometimes that helps. I got this bright light on my face. Sometimes that just helps me relax. Wear some shades, you know, just chill out. They actually work. Remember, you got to think that it's easy, not that it's hard. You got to change your thoughts. It's easy. You got to think Sharif is disciplined. Sharif follows rules. Sharif, like, making money in the market is easy. You can't base your thoughts off of what you've been seeing as a result recently of you blowing accounts and losing. You need to view life through the lens of your desired self. So who's your desired self? Your desired self is somebody who passes accounts, who makes money, who gets payouts. So how would that person be thinking? How would that person be believing? That person would be thinking, it's easy to make money. It's easy to be disciplined. I'm disciplined. I make money, because you would be seeing it in reality. You would be seeing, oh, I just got a payout. It just went in my bank account and I feel good. So you need to feel that way and think that way now before it happens. That's the trick, because that's how you would be thinking if those things were happening. And that's the part 90% of people get wrong, not just in trading, but in life. That's why they say 90% of people fail in trading, because 90% of people in life think that way. And you have to reverse it. You have to flip it. You have to view life through the lens of your desired self. That's the trick. That's the trick. So market pushed up here today, up to the 697s, low 643. Looks like it's bullish, obviously, after that huge dip. Right now we're putting in higher highs and higher lows pre-market. So, but still no reason to enter trade yet. We have no trades for the day still. Right now, market's been open. Just because the market's open doesn't mean you have to trade. It's kind of chopping so far a little bit. Pulling back to the 21 EMA on the 15 minute. We're below the 21 EMA now on the 1 minute. So we're just kind of letting the bulls and bears do their thing for a little bit. Market pushing down to the 577s. There's over 100 points in that first 15 minutes. Kind of dipping on down at open a little bit. And then we got that news coming out in 21 minutes. Housing news, nothing too crazy. Yep. Pulling back up into the 600s. We're just looking after the 15-minute range. We're looking for some nice healthy waves, some good waves. Oh, shit. Up there to the 620s again. Pulling back up, we got 21 EMA on the 1 minute, the 640s. Kind of you gotta stay off that screen though, because when we check that 1 minute entry screen, it makes you want to like think about entering a trade, you know. So we gotta stick to this screen. We got 3.5 minutes left in the first 15 minutes. We can mark the high and the low, and then just sit back and wait and watch a little bit more. Market back down there to the 580s, testing the 580s. And then right back up to the 620s. Just like that, 40 points. In seconds. That's crazy. You know, there's nothing wrong with like scaling back today. If the market's going to be pushing like crazy, you might want to size down on your trades because these are huge candles. You know, this candle right here, this red candle, the bottom's like 614. The top is 672. These are, they look more like that. These are huge. So one thing I learned from my mentor's course is like when the market's moving like real crazy, you might want to size down, you know, and be careful. Nothing wrong with that. If you catch a ton of points, you're still going to make a lot. Just make sure that stop loss is set right. Proper risk management. I got the course for free, fortunately, but normally it's $199. But he gave it to me for free when I messaged him on Instagram. His name's Patrick Whelan. He's live right now, probably. But one of my rules is to not watch him anymore because I know what I'm doing on my own. He also doesn't show like all of his entries anyway. He'll show like after. So, but you can still learn a lot from watching. Basically, if you watch him long enough, you don't even need to buy the course. And basically what I'm showing right here is the same thing that he kind of does. So I just don't have a course for sale right now. But it's worth it. People will spend $500 on accounts before they spend $200 on a course. They could just buy the course and then start making money. All right, Nasdaq pushing right back down to the 500s. There's the 590s. Really volatile this morning. Really crazy. You got to be careful with this stuff. This is wild. This is why I kind of just wanted to chill out after that big move yesterday afternoon. Yeah, I just wanted to be careful here. These waves are big. We're trading minis. So I want to wait for these to chill out a little bit. There's our first 15 minutes. So the low is 568. And the high was 697.75. There's the range. Pulling up the 2-minute chart here. We are currently below VWAP in the 21 EMA. Below the 21 EMA on the 1 minute. These candles are just huge, though. Wait. Obviously, we got to get below or above the range, but we got a pivot point up there at the 733s and a pivot point to the downside wait, where the heck's the pivot point to the downside? Way down here at 21,081. This is crazy. So I just kind of want to be cautious. We got pre-market low and yesterday's low down there around like 433. So that might be an area to kind of target if we start pushing down. that might act as like support, and then resistance would kind of be this like pivot point. If we start closing above that, maybe we can start pushing back up, and then the next pivot point's all the way at 22,156. These pivot points are very very gapped because of these pivot points are calculated based off of yesterday's price action. It's a simple like formula. So with what happened yesterday, I'm being really cautious today. Like I might not even trade today. I don't know. We have to see like an A+ setup. Right now we're still just kind of chopping inside this big zone, and these waves are huge. So it's like if you're just learning how to surf and you get to the beach and you're like, dude, these waves are like 80 feet tall, bro. I'm not freaking riding on that. Like I'll watch somebody else that's a professional ride on that, and like, you know, if they catch a huge wave, like awesome, but I'm not getting killed. You know, we were, you know, like these waves are huge. Like this one candle is 645 down to 588. These are like 60-point candles, dude. You know? Like, bro, no way. That's big wave surfing. You know? That's like if you went and surfed on Jaws in California. Or wait, is that Hawaii or is that California? I forget. I think it's that's right. Dude, this is the Nasdaq right now. You need like a helicopter to trade this. You need a helicopter, and you need like those like inflatable vests that the surfers wear when they go under the water. They pull the cords and it goes and it fills up so that they can get like saved. You know, that's what this is right now. And it's freaking kind of choppy. I mean, it's kind of like looking bearish now, putting in lower lows, and like that was a higher low though, and then a lower high, and like, dude, be careful with this. I'm glad I'm thinking this way. Like this is just, I'm kind of curious as to see what Patrick's doing right now, but I don't want to watch him because he's probably surfing. He's probably surfing these waves. Like he's also been trained for 8 years, or you just, dude, no way. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It's just crazy. We gotta watch it calm down. I mean, we're following all of our rules, but also the waves are huge. That's why I turned this from 2 contracts to 1. You could even trade micro contracts on this. Trade like 5 micros instead of 1 mini. I don't know. You just gotta be careful. We're still, VWAP's holding us up though, and we're still in the 15-minute range. Yeah, he's been trading for 8 years, and he's a millionaire and has freaking accounts with like 4 different prop firms and 20 different. And yeah, if he blows up, he can just go buy a bunch of new accounts tonight and be trading on them tomorrow. He doesn't care. But he has like 11 Apex accounts that are all around $100,000 now that he scaled from 50,000. So he's about to get like a $500,000 payout, because if you've traded on them for like 3 months, I think, then there's no cap on the withdrawal amount. And he's going to pull like 500 grand, which is awesome. Bad person, just seeing his tweets. Yeah, he gets a little wild. I don't really agree with a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah. I hope that if I get rich and a big following, I don't start behaving like that. But it goes to your head sometimes. Like, it's kind of hard to say how you would act if all of a sudden you were given millions of dollars and lots of followers. Like, most people kind of act a little crazy. they say, what's that saying? Give a man power and see what his real character is, kind of thing. Like, money just accelerates and exasperates who you already really are. So, you know, you need to have good habits and create good character, and then when you get a lot of money, it's just gonna magnify who you already are, or who you've become recently. Like, I'm becoming someone new right now. I'm becoming someone I've never been before. I've never been somebody to go to sleep at 9 o'clock at night every night and wake up at 5 in the morning. I've never done that. So, and I'm 31 years old. So I'm literally doing things I've never done, which is good. Yeah, I don't know. This might be boring if I don't take any trades, but I'm not here for like entertaining people. I'm here for making money and being careful. I'm not just gambling, even though I know we got some people watching right now, but I'm not a big wave surfer, man. Yeah, I gotta be. I got bills to pay, and I mean, my bills are kind of covered right now, barely, with my other job, but I want more in life. One of my big goals is I want to become a pilot. I want to get my pilot's license and get, like, you know, get one of these, or not a 210. Like, this would be the first plane. Like, a 310 would be nice, but these are expensive. Like, this is a 1973 310Q for $149,000. These are bad pictures. Old. These pictures look old. There we go. Like, you know, it's got 2 propellers. Like, I want that. So, if you want that, you got to be disciplined. That plane back there is even nicer. That thing's huge. That's probably like 500 grand. But I want that. So, yeah, they're old. 1973, but planes, you can buy old planes. Like, a lot of people buy old planes. It's not like a car. You know, you wouldn't want to daily drive an old car probably, but and then if I really start making a lot of money, because this plane's slow, you get one of these. But you're spending a little over $1 million now for one of these, even if we sort the price low to high. The reason why I'm not looking at the charts right now is because I'm just being patient, letting the market kind of slow down. This is a good distraction. We got news coming out in 6 minutes anyway. But where is it? This isn't what I'm looking for. These are all really expensive. You can get one for like $1.5 million. Something like, man, these are still really expensive. You know, like this 1989 Beechcraft King Air C90A, $1.3 million. And the reason why this is so much more expensive is because it goes a lot faster and flies higher. This will fly at like 300 miles per hour versus that first plane only flies at like 80 miles per hour. So those are my goals. So you got to be serious in life if you want to fly a plane. No messing around when you're flying a plane. Yeah, it is expensive, and that's just the cost of the plane. That doesn't count maintenance and storing it. But the first plane's not too bad. If you get payments, you can get payments for under $1,000 a month. But it depends on how much you're going to fly. Like, if you're going to fly a lot, then it's better to own one. If you're only going to fly once in a while, you can just rent a plane. But it would be really cool to have your own license, and then you could fly it yourself. So you would start off just renting a plane once in a while, and then if you're like, hey, I really like doing this, and I do it a lot, I'm going to go buy a plane, my own. And you start out with a small one. And then if you get a lot of money, you can go to a bigger plane. I mean, obviously they have jets that cost $80 million and Gulfstream private jets, but you know, you don't really need that to just fly around the country. I could go to the Caribbean with that King Air. I could fly to Hawaii. You could go to the Bahamas. I think it would fly over the Atlantic Ocean. I'm not sure how many nautical miles. And then I'd have to like refuel in Africa or something to get to the Middle East or get to Europe. Or no, you go to Europe. Probably like flying to France. I don't know how many miles that is from like the East Coast of the United States to France. Wait, how many miles is that? How many nautical miles from East Coast to France? All right, it's like 3,000 miles from East Coast of the United States to France. And how many nautical miles does King Air fly? Oh shoot, 1,800. Yeah, you need an even bigger plane. You have to have a big plane to fly. How big of a plane to fly to Europe from US? You need a big plane, dude. To fly from the US to Europe, you would need a large wide-body aircraft like a Boeing. Okay, you don't need a plane like that. You can fly a small, like a private plane. How big of a private plane? Oops. Because you have to have enough fuel to get across the ocean. To fly, you would need a long-range or ultra-long-range jet, such as a Gulfstream, Bombardier. Okay, you might need a big-ass plane. Excuse my language. Have you ever taken off a plane? Not myself. I haven't flown a plane. I've been in planes tons of times. I've skydived and jumped out of planes twice, but I've never flown. Yeah, you need like... Wait, let's Google this. Cheapest plane to fly to Europe from US. All right, now it's tickets, not... All right, forget about cheapest plane to buy. I don't know. You need a big plane though. Whatever. All right, Nasdaq still pushing down below the 21 EMA. We are still inside the 15-minute range. We kind of dipped out below it there for just a minute, pushing down to the 552s. And again, I kind of want to see like a push down and then a pullback. It's just, I guess this was kind of like a bear flag right here when we dipped down below and then we pulled back up to this 21 EMA kind of. It's just a little steep. I don't know. You just got to be careful. Now put in a higher low. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't like that. Kind of bear flagging? Not really. I mean, yeah, I don't like this. This isn't typical. So something happened yesterday that like doesn't normally happen. So you don't want to let that throw off your trading the next day. It might actually be wise to let the market kind of balance out and like chill out for a day after something like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, I want to make money, but I don't want to lose money. And I've never seen the market do what it did yesterday. I've seen the market push down like 300 points and I've made a lot of money, but like I've never seen it do this in the middle of the afternoon. And then the next morning it's like, all right, well, what's going to happen? Like this has been pretty crazy. So I'm originally from New Jersey. So I'm from New Jersey, but I moved to Texas like 4 years ago and I love Texas. Yeah, so just bear with me if you're like, why haven't you placed any trades? You know, like, because this isn't like normal. These aren't like, I want to see like healthy waves like this, but these are huge too. Like this candle right here that's forming, the top is freaking 598, and right now we just pushed down to 548. We just pushed down 50 points in one candle. Like this is what happens when like big news usually comes out, like news candles, but which we just did have some housing news come out 2 minutes ago. And it looks like it came back a little bit higher than forecasted, which, you know, I don't know what that does to the market, because right now, if you just look, it freaking pushed up on that news, but then just to pull back again and put in a lower low. So I don't know. I just don't like this. Yeah, 900 points. I'm sure maybe it's happened before, but like there's going to be bigger and bigger moves as time goes on, because of like the valuations of these companies are just getting bigger. The Nasdaq is going to continue to go up over time. The companies get bigger and bigger. The companies that make up the Nasdaq, it's called inflation. So as the value of the dollar goes down, the cost of everything goes up. And like if you look at the bottom right of my screen here on TradingView, what does it show as the forward curve for the Nasdaq? Like as we go into the year 2025 and 2026 and 2027, they're predicting that the Nasdaq will go up to like, you know, 24,730. So overall, the Nasdaq just goes up. But my one mentor said something. So here it is, taking the stairs up, going up, 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 and then it'll take the elevator down, and then the stairs up. You know what I mean? Like taking the stairs up and then elevator down. So I've made a lot of money shorting, because that's when you get those big like freaking moves where you can just make, you just need to take a chunk out, like just a little bit in and out, make your money and be done. I've made money going long too, but I went back and looked at my journal and I was like, where do I make a lot of my wins? And it was mostly with shorts. So, you know, I'm sure eventually the market will do a 2,000 point move in 2 hours, you know, in 2 years or next year, maybe. Like these things are just going to increase. The numbers just get bigger and bigger. So there's nothing wrong with just kind of being patient and like watching this, because these are things that have never, like, you got to be careful with what you're risking. We want to grow this account. We don't want to lose money. At the end of the day, though, you got to place trades to make money, though. But like, you don't want to live in regret. It's better to just like relax and like take your really good setup trades. And honestly, my strategy isn't built for like what happened yesterday. That was never part of my strategy. Like, okay, if the market pushes down 900 points the next day, like I still am supposed to do the same thing, but usually the candles aren't this big. You know, like, I don't know. We're kind of respecting this 21 EMA for the most part. We didn't hear. We closed above it just for it to rip back down. Now we're kind of staying below it. This looks better. You know, we're kind of pulling back to it, but it's not like, you know, they're not like waves like this. They're like freaking like way too choppy. They're choppy, bearish, and really big. So it's like, I just don't like it. It's too nerve-wracking. Like it looks like it wants to go lower right now, but we just kind of put in equal lows right here around the 538. You know, but like we put in a lower low here, lower low here, lower low here. Like it looks like it might want to put in a lower low, but who knows? It might rip back up to the 21 EMA one more time. Like we just put in equal lows, and now it's like kind of pulling back up. So this is just too crazy. I feel like I would just be gambling if I took a trade. I'd only be looking for shorts because the market's going down, so I'm not looking to go long. But it's like, where do we go short? We would go short as close to the 21 EMA as possible. So we need it to push down again, put in a lower low, and then pull back up, and then you would get short. But it's just, I don't know. we eventually, I think we could possibly come down to this 430 area, which is another 100 points to the downside. We are breaking out below the range, but they could just do this to rip it back up through. I don't know. And this isn't overthinking. This is actually being critical and technical in our analysis of what's happening. This is what a good trader is supposed to be doing. And you have to think this way fast in real time. And tomorrow's Friday, and then we got to wait till next week. Get the weekend. There we go, a new low at the 515s. Now it's like we don't get short down here. We want to wait for another pullback to the 21 EMA and try to stay below 568. I don't know what that means. It's coming at opening price. I don't know what you mean by that. But we need to see like a nice bear flag on the 2-minute too. Would be nice. So we pulled back up to the 21 EMA here, and here, kind of. This isn't close enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to kind of pull back up to here. These are still big candles though. Like, what's this one? 552. That's 20 points right here. Oh. And if it just starts going down, we didn't really get that pullback like I was looking for. So I want to see it pull back to like the 60s or something, more like up here. Like these pulled all the way to the 21 EMA. Preferably, I'd like to almost like touch the 21 EMA. It's trying to get above that 556 area. Kind of pulling back to inside the range a little bit, right below VWAP. Yeah, now it's kind of pulling back up. I don't like it. Now we're kind of looking bullish a little bit, so that might have been the rip below. And then if we get above this half, start closing above like the 640s, then we might start heading back up. And then we got that pivot point up there at 734. But that was a 21 EMA on the 2-minute. Now we're back below VWAP again. So the 21 EMA is kind of holding it down. Now it's back above it. You know, I don't know. Not anymore. That's invalidated. I could be wrong. It could just start ripping down. I don't know. I have to get below like 544. Now we're ramping up on the 21 EMA. I mean, it did do that before, but then the next candle after it was down, and then we've been pushing up now. So I don't like this. So I don't want it on my screen because I don't want to throw my own head off. So opening price area really pushed it up. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that, but we opened at 678 or like 677. If we can start closing. So the idea also is, I have to take a calculator out. $698. I mean, probably don't need a calculator for this. It's 568. Divided by 2 plus 568. So the halfway point would be 633. Usually if the price can start closing above the halfway point, it'll continue up a lot of times. Then the bulls can get back in control. So we just did that. So price might start going up now. Oops, I keep doing that by accident. Hey, why is it doing that? Delete. There we go. So we'll see if the bulls can get back in control here, but I still would want to see a bull flag above the 15-minute. Look at daily chart, then mark the opening. There we opened on the daily for the day. Oh, like we broke above the 500s. Oops, hold on. Yeah, I don't know. When we got back above 500. Wait, why does it say that? I'm confused. 21,500. Oh. When we got above 21,500. Look at daily chart, then mark it. Yeah, I don't know. I just know we're starting to pull back up now. That could have been a good spot for if we can pull back to the 21 EMA a little bit, and then could start putting in higher highs and higher lows now. Pulling back to the 21 EMA, which is 599. We got to stay above the 600s. Stay above the 600s. Yeah, I was going to jump in along there, but good thing I didn't, because, hold on. I need to chill out. Kind of have like this 1 minute bull flag going on. Ooh, there we go. Just took a loss. $300 loss with one contract. Didn't get that push back up. There it is, live on YouTube. We risked 15 points with one mini, taking a $300 loss. We just didn't get that continuation. Not sure what I did wrong there or why that didn't work. This might be where our discipline has to says to just shut it down for the day. Especially if our winning days were only $270 and $150, and we just lost 300. As much as I want to make up for that, that's literally what we've been talking about. Because it looks like it wants to go higher now. But we don't want to turn a $300 red day into a freaking $800-900 red day. So that's what separates the good traders from the bad traders. It's being able to just walk away. Should trade on micro. Yeah. Or just not trade anymore at all for the day. Because I'm looking at like my mini contracts are big stuff. Yeah, I know. But I used to trade 10 or 15 micros, which is the same as like 1 or 1.5 minis. You can't trade a half mini, but it's the same thing depending on how you look at it with scaling in and out. I traded micros for months, and I was like, I was just doing too many. I was taking too many partials. Like I was taking 3 off here, 3 off here, 3 off here, and it was just too much. I was like, if I had 10 trading accounts and I was trading 1 to 2 minis per account across all the accounts, that's how I would be doing it. So, and now we're pulling back below the 21 EMA again. We just didn't get that kind of continuation. So it is what it is. Yeah, that's what I did. So instead of doing 2 contracts, I traded 1. So I did lower down. That's me lowering down. I did that a while ago when I saw these candles like back here. I was like, all right, instead of trading 2, we're going to trade 1. We just didn't get that. We got that push back up above the 21 EMA, back above VWAP, above the 21 EMA on the 2-minute. We closed above that halfway point. Usually that's a sign that like the bulls are going to be able to like keep it going up, but like it has to pull back first. So we waited for a pullback. It pulled back to 596, which was 7 points away from the 21 EMA. That could have been the lower low. And then once we pushed above the 617 area, is when I should have got long. Should have got long at like here, because then I could have grabbed 15 points easily. So I got in late, all the way at the 625s. I should have got in like at the 618s. Grab my 10 points and been done. Would have made $200, but now the market's pulling back down again. This is just, yeah, we're gonna be done for the day. That's crazy. That's a crazy day. Now you can get it. Now you can get what? Yeah, we got to just stick to our discipline, lock in a red day. This is what a lot of people don't want to do, is lock in a red day. They want to make up for it. We talked about this. You got to be a good loser. Trading is about how good of a loser are you when you have a red day. Are you going to just like stick into it? Like the account is still over 50,000. We still have you know, our week is still green slightly, only like $150, but you got to be a good loser. Yeah, just got to accept it. Like we got in late. I think we risked like 15 points. Late entry. Late entry on bull flag. So, you know, that's how it's done though. Because your entry should be when it breaks above the top of the previous candle, which would have been at like 617. So we got in 8 points late, and then I would have just taken that contract off at 628, which is right here, because we target 10 points. So it would have been $200. Instead, we lost 300 because we didn't follow that rule. So new rule in our book is going to be entry on a long. Entry equals breaking previous candle high. And on a short, entry equals breaking previous candle low. So if we would have just followed that rule would have protected us. Instead of having a red day, we'd have a green day. Not a big green day, but we would have traded one contract. We would have got in at like 618 and got out at 628. And then we just didn't get that continuation. So this was a failed bull flag still, because it didn't even break structure. It didn't break these highs of 638, but we would have grabbed our 10 points. And if we would have contracts, our second contract would have been moved to break even at like 619 or 620, and we would have got stopped out green on that one. So technically it would have probably been like a $250 win. This is currently an evaluation account. It's take profit, $50,000 eval. They have 5 trading days to pass, so it's not one day to pass like Apex. But yeah, we just added a new rule. So every loss is just information. It's just news. It's just information. It's a lesson learned. So I have a new rule now at the bottom. of my book. And yeah, this account though is the least expensive to funding. It's only $102, and you get that money back on your first payout. So this is actually the fastest payout company, because when you get your funded account, you can get payouts on day one. So you can withdraw whenever you want. There's no cap after it gets funded. So the 5 trading days forces consistency, whereas Apex lets you pass in one day. So what I would do is I would just look for a good setup. I would trade 10 minis, pass in one trade. All I had to do was hit 15 points and win. And so I like this because it forces you to trade for 5 days. So that's what we're in. We're in a take profit trader account. I don't think any specific prop firm's really better. I think they're all very similar. There's better ones, generally speaking, than other ones. Like, you don't want to trade with a company that is going to go out of business and not pay you, like Fast Track and like some of these other companies. So Take Profit Trader's been around for a while. Apex has been around for a while. Top Step's been around for a while. My Funded Futures is good too. There is a buffer. It's $2,000 on the funded account. And then you can also get that $2,000 back if you just close the account out. But if you've only been trading for less than 60 days, you only get 50% of the buffer, I think. But yeah, we're going to just log a small red day. Not big deal. That rule would have saved us from losing money there if we just got in right above this break of high right here, and then our stop would have been at, like, you know, down here or something. I mean, this is what it is. Putting in lower lows now. So that's it, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Small red day. Not a big deal, though. I feel good because I learned something. I paid $300 to learn something. It's like when you go to college, you pay like $50,000 to go to college, and I learned way less in college. So that $300 that I just took a small loss on taught me something that could pay me millions of dollars in the future. That's the way you got to think about it. So our entry should be the break of this candle right here. Hopefully you learned something too. Our entry should have been right here instead of up here. And that would have protected us. So if you were shorting, you know, these are tough. This is, the market's moving tough here, but this was a clean pullback, and then it just didn't get that continuation, but we would have still grabbed a little bit of profit here, and it would have just been a small win. So, and then this was kind of like a bear flag, which is just really choppy today. It's like once we kind of broke below this 550 area, you could have jumped in for a short, and then it pushed all the way down to 497, 50 points right here. You know, kind of pulled back, and then once we came down and got like below 550, boom, short. So that's it. So that's kind of a steep pullback. Market was just wild. It's kind of hard to even draw a trend line on that, but kind of like that. So there's your two trend lines. There's a bull flag that failed, and it failed because it didn't break above 638. We kind of got stuck and then came back down, started closing below 21 EMA, put in a higher low here, pulled back to 21 EMA, and then continued down. Could have maybe jumped in here, but instead of trying to make up for that $300, we're just done. I want to start logging smaller red days when we do have red days, and then larger green days when we have green days. We've had more green days than red days recently for the past couple weeks, but I just need to grow those green days. And I know how to do that. I just need to hold on to the trades longer. Like $150, 270. You know, those should easily be $600 green days. So $600 green days, you get 5 of those, that's $3,000. There's your profit target. And if you have a bad day and it only sets you back one day, $300, just log it and be done with it. But people don't want to do that. You're still at the desk. People don't want to go about their day knowing they lost 300. They want to make up for it. We're not falling for that. We're not falling for that trick. So that's it. That's it for today. We will see y'all. Yeah, I learned to take loss when lost. Exactly, because that's what we did today. Even the best traders, they have to just log a red day. Just get it out of the way with. Oh, like, feel good when you get a red day. How about that? There's something different. Feel good when you get a red day. I feel good because I learned something. And I also feel good because I'm not turning it into a larger red day. That's a good red day, a good amount. $300 on a $50,000 account. That's good. If that's our red days, hey, let's get it. And then if we have more green days and red days, and our green days are $400, $500, $600, if you do that consistently, you will make money. That's it. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. God bless. We will be live tomorrow, 8:15 Texas time, 9:15 if you're on the East Coast, and I think 8 o'clock if you're in India, something like that. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Later.